We are back today with the 68 D100 and we're gonna have a look at all the things that are currently wrong with this guy. I think our timing might be a little out of whack, but you know, she still goes down the road just fine. Got up to about 55 right there. That was pretty intense. I was loving every second though. The current goal for the truck is to restore all of the metal work. My specialty is metal and fabrication, so that's what I'm going to focus on first. I'm going to repair everything wrong with the current body. Mechanically wise, we're going to leave it somewhat in the current state that it's in. We're going to leave all of our 1968 drivetrain components and we're going to get them running a little bit better. Obviously the engine needs quite a bit of work. And then once we finally have it restored to its 1968 version, we're gonna make some modifications. So yes, she is a beautiful truck. The first thing we investigated was this guy right here. And we were able to peel back the brown top coat. Under that brown top coat, we had some sort of yellowish primer. And under that, we actually had a gray primer. We were not able to find the teal. We did find bare metal, and the bare metal is now rust. We'll just come around to the front now, and we have this beautiful bumper made out of all the steel you could need. Well over 100 pounds right there. The classic Dodge grill, the classic Dodge. The hood itself doesn't seem to be too warped or anything like that. We've got some chipped paint. One day we'll get another catch. Just work our way around. Something odd, which doesn't make sense, is we've got no teal under the brown here, no teal under the brown here, but we've got teal right here. Please explain to me what we did here to make this happen. Did we just not take maybe we didn't take the windshield out and that left that right there because this shrunk and cracked since. That's got to be it. That's gonna stay on the truck. We've got the classic keystones. A little bit of rust here. Yeah, that's a hole. I can see clearly through that. These windows here are so awesome and one of the best inventions any of these old cars have. We're gonna skip over the rocker and come to the bed here. We've got some surfaced rust, which is not that bad. This is fairly easy to fix. No turquoise on the bed. Coming around to the rear bumper, we can tell that the same person made this rear bumper that made that front bumper. Something I don't necessarily understand is these plates here, and I'm assuming that they're aluminum and they've been riveted to the body. They must have had some rust and then they just created whatever this is to go around the body. The interior of the bed is a little wavy, and I'm not that worried about it because to do what I want to do to this, most likely this entire floor will be cut out of the bed. And here we are at the beautiful rocker panel, and take a look at this. You see that lip? You see these screws? That, my friend, is not actually a rocker. And I know that because if you have a look, we can see it is simply just bolted to the edge of the rocker. More of this aluminum plate riveted, and even this piece of metal rocker is now rusted all the way through. We're gonna have to cut all of this out of here. Coming down over to the front, this is the worst we have on the vehicle when it comes to body work. They've made a plate, and instead of like welding it for a butt joint, they welded it for a lap joint. And well, it's not that pretty. Star is really nice. If you enjoy these videos at all, please hit that like and that subscribe button, please. And that's pretty much it for the outside. It's really not that bad. We've got your typical surface rust and all of the places you would expect it. Let's jump inside. On the inside of the truck, you can see our nice modification here of our new gas tank. Much cleaner than the old gas tank. Eventually, we'll make one out of aluminum. In the last video, you may have seen us make this hole here. Absolutely necessary to get it running. And to be real, we didn't really make a hole. The hole was there. There was just rust blocking it, and we did what we had to. Everywhere you would expect a hole to be, we currently have those holes. You've got that one in the corner here, the one that mirrors it on this side. I'm expecting to rip this plate off of here and there be no floor under this, because this is all galvanized metal that was just layered on top, and I'm assuming probably riveted just like everything else. Yeah, we've got rivets. Yeah, so this guy made his own floor panels and then everything is riveted. We obviously did not know how to weld when we were putting this together. All the seams are done with silicone. The silicone is everywhere on this thing. It's gonna be so much fun to remove that, and you can see the glue mixed in with the carpet strands. This one's gonna be quite fun. About the floor, one thing I haven't mentioned is there was shag carpet covering every square inch of this interior. And before I got the truck, my boss actually ripped out all of that shag carpet. One thing he did not rip out was that shag carpet right there. And that's pretty old, nasty crud. And the guy who owned this truck before me was living out of it, because there was a camper on the back and this was a home for a good bit. That means some gross stuff was in the truck. So that's pretty much it with what is currently wrong with the truck. In the next video, we'll rip out the entire interior to take a look at all of that mischief that has happened in there. Because I am willing to bet when I rip out those custom made floor pans, there's not gonna be much under those guys. It's got some issues, but nothing I can't work out on the metalwork side of it. Drivetrain and whatnot, I mean, we'll see what we have to do. We'll see what we have to get. It's a pretty sweet truck. I love this thing. You don't really see the Dodges on the road that much. I mean, I've owned this thing for probably coming up on about 4 years now. And in that time, I've seen maybe 3 other D100s. 2 of them were not on the road. One of them was badass. It would have been completely restored, but that's what we're trying to do to this guy.